What up, tube? Today is Monday, May 15th. Today is another day, guys. Day after a holiday. So guess what? A lot of people miss work today. A lot of people take the day off. So today I want to discuss consultations, guys. Consultations. You know, when a customer comes to your shop or comes in your chair, how do you know what's the right haircut to give him? You know, how do you start it off? What do you do? Please, comments below, guys. What is it that you tell them? Do you like, I know that I have customers that I already know what they want. They don't have to explain to me what they want because they've been coming to me for years. So those people I really don't give a consultation to. To them, it's more of a greet. How you doing, bro? Sit down. How's everything going? Real quick. It depends on the customer. Some customers want to talk. Some customers don't want to talk. You got to figure these things out, guys. You got to give the right haircut. And in order to give the right haircut, you have to give a hair consultation. Okay? A hair consultation you give to every new customer or a returning customer or a customer that you might not be too familiar with or everyday consultation. I know the thing I always do is I sit my customer down. I make eye contact with them. I always greet them. I try to greet everybody as they walk into the shop. But once they come to me and to get into my chair, at that point, I'll reach out to them, shake their hand, or a little fist bump. It depends on the customer, you know. And I greet them always, sit them down. Once I sit them down, I'll grab my cape, put it over their shoulders, you know. And before I put their Sanics on, I'll always come around the front, make eye contact again with them, you know. At that point, I'll ask them, you know, I'll either one or two questions. Sometimes I'll ask, how you doing today? Maybe I'll ask them, how did he hear about us? If it's his first time here, you know, I just try to be very courteous and very, you know, present myself in a professional way to that customer. And then from there, I'll continue to ask him. I'll always ask him, so what are we gonna do today? What are we here for? What kind of haircut are we looking at? You know what I mean? And usually a customer will two things. He'll either have a picture and show you a picture, which is the best way of doing it because then you can tell exactly what he wants. Or he'll try to explain to you exactly what he wants. He'll tell you, I want a 0 and a 3, or I'll tell you, you know what I mean? Sometimes a customer won't know exactly what he wants. And that's where your intelligence as a barber and the consultation comes into effect, because you need to explain to him, you need to get it out of him what exactly he wants in order for you to give out the right haircut. You understand? So what you need to do is, there's simple questions that you ask the customer. You know, if the customer doesn't exactly know what he wants, then I always ask him, okay, first thing I'll ask him is, how are you going to wear your hair? What are you going to do with it? Do you want to comb it to the side? Do you want to slick it back? Do you want to spike it? Do you want it short? Do you want low maintenance? You don't want to do nothing? You want to get up and go haircut? There's a lot of different ways of deciphering what exactly the customer is going to want, you know? And you as a barber need to decipher that so you can issue the best haircut that you can do so that customer comes back to you with great professionalism and you know, just being a good, you know, humble person that make yourself a likable person, guys. That's what I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Make yourself a likable person, because if you're a likable person, guess what? People are going to come to your chair and they're going to want haircuts from you. Even if your haircuts aren't even the best, you know, in the shop, they're going to come to you because you're a courteous person and they enjoy talking to you and they enjoy your company and they enjoy hearing what you got to say. That's why you always got to say the right things. You know, you got to keep yourself knowledgeable. Keep yourself on current affairs. That way you know what's going on in the world. That way when you talk about it, you don't sound like a dumbass, you know? Like, you want to sound intelligent, you know? I'm here at the shop right now. I'm going to go inside and get this day started. In a little while, we'll go over some of the other things that you need to discuss when you first get that hair consultation with your customer to find out exactly what he wants.
For you is so strong. I know that this is wrong, but I need you around. My appetite
different type of consultations you can give also. You know, a consultation cannot not only be on the client, but say you have a child. If you have a child and the consultation is not given to the child, it's given to the parent, because you want to know what the parent wants on the child. So there's different types of consultations. There's also the consultation where, you know, it's a young kid, like a junior, you know, a teenager, real shy teenager. You know, those consultations are totally different altogether. I've had teenagers come in where they don't know what they want at all, and they're scared of getting haircuts. They've never been good at getting haircuts, or they have an idea that they don't want their hair too short, and you know, you want to talk them into giving them the best haircut possible. So for those young kids, it's better to have a picture. I always recommend to the parent, like, you know, if you have a picture that you of a haircut that you like, then we can do that for you. But bring in a picture that you might want. So with the young, like a young intimidated teenager, those are the most difficult, because you know, you want to give that kid the proper haircut. But a lot of times, you know, those shy ones, the ones that have never really been into their hair, those are the ones that you really want to win over, because if you give that kid a great haircut, his whole attitude at school is going to change. You know, a great haircut goes a long way out in the real world, you know, as far as getting a job or in school, or as far as your popularity. It starts with your hair, man. That's the first thing people look at is your face, you know. Come on, how could it not be? So you always got to give the proper haircut. The young teenagers, those are the toughest, because you know, you always want to give them a good haircut. And a lot of times, like I said, they're scared to go short, so they're not going to want that taper, or they're not going to want to fade. So you got to explain it to them what it is, if they want it, and then you got to do the process for them. And the kids got to be able to sit through a fade. The parent wants a fade, he's got to be able to sit it if they're going to get a fade. There's a lot of variables to getting a hair consultation, to giving a hair consultation. So you guys got to be up on game on that. This is a serious subject right here, and everybody needs to give hair consultations before you give a haircut. Don't just jump in there and start cutting hair. That's the worst thing you could do. So that's it for today, too. Today was extremely busy for me and J-Lo. It's just me and her. We had a really good day. It was a productive day. A lot of people came through. You know, guys, just to reflect on what we spoke about earlier, you guys got to remember one thing, guys. A haircut starts and ends with a consultation. You know, when your customer walks in, that's the first thing you should be discussing with him. You know, like once you say what's up and you talk to them a little bit, then it goes to the consultation part. You ask them what it is they want. Then you know, if it's a brand new customer, then you decipher exactly what he's looking for, and you try to deliver that haircut. Today was a good example. I mean, I kind of wish I would have had some of the cameras rolling, but there was a few new customers. You know, there was a couple of customers that I could tell they had never been to a barber shop. And you know, guys, for you guys that are starting off and you guys that don't know too much, there's a big difference between a barbershop haircut and a salon haircut. you know, or even a home haircut, especially. So, you know, when I get a new customer in here, to me, I love it. I see it as a sign, as a sign to thrive, you know, like give them the best haircut they can and bring them back in here, you know, get them back in here. And I try to make them feel as comfortable as possible. And, you know, like today, I'll give you guys an example. Today, I had this young gentleman came in with a lot of hair, you know, a lot of hair, a Caucasian man, okay? So right off the bat, I could tell he didn't get too many haircuts, you know? So right away, I start speaking to him, and I tell him, okay, what are we gonna do, buddy? What is it you want to look? What look are you looking for? Because he really didn't know what he wanted, you know? And you know, I could tell he combed his hair to the side a little bit. I could kind of tell, but his hair was like, I mean, his hair was high. So, you know, I decided, I deciphered it, and I came to the conclusion that he wanted a regular haircut, nothing too fancy. He still wanted his sideburns, which was fine. And he actually wanted hair on the side. He didn't want it too short. So right away, I know something that has hair on the side has to be at least a 4 or even a 5. So what I did is I tapered him down from a 6 to a 4, gave him sideburns, tapered up the back, nice and clean, and it came out on point. He loved it, you know. Then I did his brother, and his brother, same thing. He really didn't know what he wanted. Fine, you know, we give him a few questions that we need to ask, find out exactly. Not exactly, but more to the point where what he's looking for. That way you could pick out the haircut for him, you know. And then you, at that point, is you gotta, you know, give him your expertise. Talk him into what it is you think is gonna look best on him. And trust me, guys, go with your gut instinct. That's what I always do. Go with my gut instinct. I know what people want out there, and I know what people are looking at, and I know what's good right now. And you know, you got to give them that haircut that they need and they want, and that's the way it is, guys. So remember, guys, any good barber, remember this. For all you new guys, guys that are in need of more customer clientele, remember, a haircut starts and ends with a consultation. Okay, a consultation. That means that you find out exactly what that customer is gonna want, you know, and you gotta ask them the right questions, you know. First question I start off with is, how are you going to comb your hair? You know, do you want sideburns? Do you not want sideburns? That'll tell me if he wants a taper, if he wants a fade. Do you want it to be bald on the bottom? That's a fade, you know. There's different questions you need to ask, guys, to find out exactly what your customer wants to get. And once you figure it out, then you got to deliver. So keep that in mind, guys. That's a proper recipe. That's it for today, guys. Tomorrow is my day off. And I don't know if I'm going to be vlogging. I'm not. It depends on what I'm going to be. Oh, you know what? I am going to be vlogging tomorrow, because tomorrow is a very special day for me. Tomorrow, I'm taking my mother to get her citizenship. She's testing for her citizenship. So I'm going to try to vlog and keep us posted on that, and just to have a memory for my mother, because she's such a special lady and she deserves it, and she really, really wants it. So I'm rooting for her. I know she's been studying, and I know she's going to get the test. So with that being said, guys, that's it for today, guys. That's it for this week. Once again, it was a crazy week, only because it was, it was a holiday weekend, and holiday weekends are always good. Now I'm short-handed another barber, so I'm going to be looking to hire another barber. Any of you guys that are local, that are interested in working for me, comment below. Can you handle working for me? I'm very demanding boss. If you guys think you do, and you live nearby, and you guys have been willing to try, let me know. I'm hiring a barber right now. You have to be licensed. Sorry, guys. With that being said, guys, hey, everybody have a blessed rest of the week. Grind on. And I'll see you guys back on Thursday. Mañana. Or Thursday.